Okay, cool. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to silence the video over here. Should be live very soon, if not already. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm going to pause the video over here. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, we are live, Wendy. So we are on Zoom now because Be Live TV was not working for us. And Wendy just mentioned that one of the reasons she joined iHeart Coaching was for some technology help. So it's ironic that we're starting the call talking about that. So anyway, I'm Emily Williams, the founder of iHeart My Life, and I have the incredible Wendy Gless with me today. So Wendy, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Emily, gosh, I'm happy to be here. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. So I'm Wendy Gless, and I am a life and money coach for women. And I joined Emily, gosh, what was it? Was it in December, I guess? Yeah, already. So it's been about 8 months. And I had already been coaching. I've been a certified life and money coach for a period of time. And I'm also an accountant with a minor in psychology. And so I was really working hard at blending the two. And I was pretty clear on what I wanted to do and who I wanted to serve, but getting out in the world was a little bit wonky for me. And so I saw Emily, which is really, I thought about this too, Emily. It's so funny. Emily is this amazing shopper. She loves this luxurious lifestyle. I don't like to shop at all. I mean, if I had a personal shopper, I'd be so happy. But I loved everything that she puts out in this world. And I have a luxurious lifestyle too. It's just I'm very different. So I go, oh no, she's going to buy those shoes. Those are so cute on her, but I would never even do that. So it's so interesting that I was just completely drawn to who you are and what you are. And I thought, God, I've got so many different certifications. I don't need this. I don't feel like I need that, but I do need the systems and structures, right? And I was coaching and I was, dabbling in and out of six figures, and I was still doing my accounting stuff too. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to send you a note and see if I would be a good fit for this. And you came back and you said, you know what, you'll be a great fit if this is what you want. It turned out to be 50,000 times better than I even dreamed. It's like I went from iHeart Coaching. I also joined a higher level group with you. And I'm an alumni again. I mean, I love it that much where it's like, I just keep coming back. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere, mainly for this technology stuff. You think that's it. But yeah, so that's really, for me, it has solidified who I am and what I am by being with this group and the people that I serve. You and James are out of this world amazing, but I think us ladies are just really fantastic. And we are. And when we're on this journey, this whole entrepreneurial journey is totally different than getting up and going to an office and having your cup of coffee. And I love that too. I'm not going to say I don't, because I do. But when you're doing this, you fly solo a lot. And it's so nice to be able to bounce off of each other and say, what do you think about this? Does this feel good? And you know what? Everyone's so honest, painfully, brutally honest, but they're also so loving and so supportive that you know what you're putting out it's going to work. If it's in your heart, it's going to work. So that's really the nuts and bolts about, who I am and what I am and the people that I serve. I serve a lot of people like us. It's kind of funny. Maybe I'm a few steps ahead, but that's it. Just a few.
Yeah. So, I mean, this interview could literally go on for hours, just based on you sharing your story alone, but I'm going to try and condense it. So you have the previous career as an accountant, you're a mom of 3 amazing kids, you have a lot going on. So what was it that really drew you to coaching initially?
Initially, I was gosh, I wish I could make it really simple. Actually, it is really simple. I was in corporate world and it just wasn't lighting me up. And, my personal life was pretty much upside down in a lot of different areas. And I've always been a really, really, really positive person. And I found myself just going, I'm having a really hard time getting out of this. And so what I did is I signed up for, and I realized really fast, hey, this is just not about me. I'm in this spot. I've got kids that I need to raise. I need to get out of my own way, whatever it takes. And so I actually signed up for a mentor, and she worked amazing things. I never even worked with her one-on-one. It was just a group, but I was exposed to things that I knew that I needed to do to make the change within me from the inside out. And it wasn't about the other people. It was totally about me. And that happened really, really quick. And then when I started doing that work, I thought, wow, I'm already doing non-for-profit. That's the piece that I love. That's the part of the accounting thing that I want to wake up to. And then I decided to become a master empowerment coach. And so it just kind of skyrocketed. I jumped into that really fast, got my psychology degree to go with it. I just kind of needed all the blending to mix with it. So I moved through that. I started coaching, which I loved. But the office in the sky was a little bit weird for me. The online, I loved going, I have an office in the sky, like serious, I'm driving and I can be on a coaching call. But I needed to ground it a little bit better. And so that's kind of what I did. I floundered back and forth, and I found it a little bit exhausting, trying to manhandle. It's like, okay, it's not like I'm working so many hours, but I can't just get all the systems in place. And so that's sort of where I thought, you know what, I have bigger things to share with more people. I need to figure this stuff out. And that's really how I kind of jumped into it. And even with you too. So the last year has just been, it's been crazy. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. So tell us about the last year. What's happened for you?
So the last year, I stepped in working with you guys. So I had, my one-on-one clients. And as Emily will say, I'm unique. And I'm only unique because I still don't have my website up, which, by the way, it may be up right now. I'm not quite sure because they were feverishly working on it behind the scenes.
That's not the only reason why you're unique, but yes, this is true. Wendy has created a 6-figure business without a website being up.
It's just one of those things, but it's been fun. And so I've learned in the last year that going online and being online and putting myself out there, we have this fear factor of, what are people going to say and what are they going to do? And at the end of the day, does it even really matter? And I think it was actually James that said, people are not hearing you, and it is your responsibility to get out into the world. You're being selfish by not sharing your gifts. And when he said that to me, I was like, wow, all the pressure just left. It's like, it's gone. It has nothing to do with me at all.
Yeah, I remember hearing Elizabeth Gilbert talk about that when she was speaking on Oprah's stage for the, I think it was Live Your Best Life tour. And she was so nervous, but then she realized actually it had nothing to do with her. She just had to deliver this message to this audience. And once she realized that, she was able to calm herself down and focus on work.
Yeah. And so I'm not struggling with that at all. If anything, I love speaking more. I love getting out and engaged more. My thing is I've been such a network locally and face-to-face that the online stuff was a little bit wonky for me. But you know what? I'm loving it. I mean, now I'm in different Facebook groups. I'm doing different things. It's even with the clients, we can hop on Skype. We can hop on Zoom. It's a new monkey for me, but it's fun. It's fun. And even like this technology stuff, look, hey, it didn't work immediately. Let's hop on this. I don't plan before I come out here. I just speak from the heart. It is what it is. And everything is natural. And I think that's a big piece with this too. It's having that confidence of what you're putting out in the world. When it's real, it shows up real. When it's not, it's hard. And I feel like for me now, that's where I am now. In the last year, I have gained, and it's not that I've really learned that much more, or like I've taken a speaking class to make me feel more confident. It's just, I've truly honed in what it is that is, I guess, my zone of genius. I'm not quite sure if it is or not. I keep adding to it, but I think that's what's happened in the last year. And I think it's the ladies in our group that, definitely you and definitely James too, but I keep going back to the ladies that are so supportive, and it feels good because not everyone can share what we do. Not everyone's going to get it.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, and it definitely is your zone of genius. And I love thinking about your story and everything that you've gone through, because people might look at your life now and think, well, like, who is she to talk about manifesting, or to talk about, what what makes you feel good? Like, of course, her life has always been this amazing vision. And you've experienced a lot of things that you've had to move through, and you've had to really work at creating a positive mindset and seeing things a certain way. And so if you don't mind talking a little bit about that, and what has, I just think you're so inspirational, and for people to know everything you've been through to get to where you are, I mean, that's inspiration in itself.
Yeah. And that's like another day that we could probably spend going through all that. I think for myself, I was a little bit different than you. You set out with this knowing that you were meant for bigger things. I've always known that I was meant for big things, but I lived in a very comfortable environment. I grew up in an environment, my mom was a school teacher. My dad worked he worked for General Motors, I think, since he was 21 years old. And they met at 15, 16. My brother and sister-in-law married at 15, 16. And so I actually set out to do the same. I was comfortable. You go to university, you have your kids, you get married, you work crazy hours, and it was fine. I never even thought outside of the box at all. And so I did exactly what I was meant to do, and I was happy with that. And then my husband and I actually had this beautiful, this whole move to California. I lived in Texas and moved to California. And I'm telling you, I went through, everyone loves California. It's like California, California. And I'm like, what are people saying about this place? I love Texas. I went home. And it was really hard for me. I mean, the ocean was not blue enough. The sand was not sandy enough. I mean, it was like, and here I had these 3 kids, babies. We were working full time, no support system. And life really went downward. I mean, the spiral just kept going. And my husband and I, at that time, we split for a long time, years and years and years. And I was a single mom, and I had to make the decision at that point that I had it's like I have this family. You have so much shame, so much guilt wrapped around that, because you have this family that is a picture perfect family. But I was different, and I needed to be able to raise my kids differently. And so one of the things that you keep saying is, here you are driving to go get your degree, right? And you knew it didn't feel right. Yeah. I am living in this master plan community with moms and dads and kids, and everyone's going into dinner together. And I just finally go, what am I doing? I am not a mom and a dad. I am not like every other family that's here, and I need to do my own thing. And so what I did is I packed up and we moved to the beach, San Diego, Del Mar, and we moved into this teeny-tiny little place, and we formed our own little gang. I mean, we were our own little army, and I made a point and a decision that, seriously, right then I'm like, regardless if I'm ever in a relationship, if I ever have a support system, I'm going to be the best mom that I can be. I had these little monkeys, they're mine, and I love them, and they are my everything. And I just went after it. I woke up one morning, that's when I did that whole empowerment coaching thing, and I started working on myself inside out. Truly became my own soulmate. Like it was, and it wasn't all the self-care stuff, or it was more of, what can I learn? How can I be better? How can I lead as an example? How do I show my kids who I am and what I am? And they'll tell you, and it was hard. Oh my gosh, they were in junior high and high school acting like fools. And they're probably laughing right now at all this. I mean, and no putting on Facebook, kids, like the things that you did, because I don't need to know any of that. But I wanted to show up, and I can't even tell you, there were dark nights of the soul. You go through that, falling down on your knees, praying for help, and please let me just do this so I can get to this next place. And a lot of people didn't see that. And that's okay, because they really couldn't help me. I needed to do this on my own. And so I overcame that. And another long story, make it short, after a period of time, that is when I kind of scooted down this whole path of life coaching, money coaching. Yeah. My ex and I, we reconciled, so we're back together. It's been about, 5 years now. And we've blended it. And that has been a journey in itself too. You know, these kids have this mom and they have this dad here. What? Mom and dad are getting back together? What? Why? That's kind of weird. So that's been a journey in itself. As much as you would think that that would be something so simple, it wasn't always so simple either. And we've worked through that. So we've spent a lot of time working on our own family and working on ourselves separately, because what I do matters so much to me. And that's what I want to share with women. It's not, you don't have to have that guy. You don't have to have that perfect job. You don't even have to have kids. You don't have to do anything that you really don't want to do. You have to do what lights you up. And when you rely on what lights you up and you follow your heart and your passion, I think everything else comes together. It's this full circle. And that's where this manifestation piece comes in for me. And I'm like so crazy about it and so in love with it that even the VA that I have now, she's like, I wasn't really so into that, but my gosh, I'm like all over it. And I'm like, of course you are, you know?
It's amazing. Yeah. So the things that you focus on within your business are money, love, and manifesting. And that's why I'm so grateful you shared that story, because you know, you and your husband have reconciled, and that's a big part of your story. And at the same time, like you said, you were able to create that relationship with yourself and learn so many things through going through that transition. And for anyone who has been through something difficult, I just love your story, Wendy, because it shows us, you know, what we can do with those trials and those moments where they are the dark nights of the souls, and how we can bring that into our business and help other people who might be going through something similar.
And you know what? And I think you just nailed it. It's finding the joy in the struggle, which is not easy to do at all.
No.
And even when you start to elevate yourself to a certain place, you know, again, you're going to have people around you that are not at that place with you. And so that's been a big thing for me for the last year, and really with working with you too, is it's not that I am a huge giver, and it's not that I don't take care of myself, but I've had to really learn how to set, and I don't want to say boundaries, because boundaries can be kind of harsh. I don't think it's that. I think I had to learn to put myself in a place where I was helping and mentoring, and actually helping is probably not the best word. I was mentoring and guiding in a way that they can become their own coach at some point. I mean, you need to be able to do this by yourself and not always have to rely on someone else. And I think that's where you kind of stepped up and you showed me, Wendy, giving is great, but at some point you give so much. Are you really helping them? Are they going to be able to pick up the pieces themselves? And that's a really big lesson that I've had to learn. And it feels good because it makes it a lot easier for me to work with people. It's not exhausting. It's not even, you know, my own world. It's like, nope, you got to kind of figure that one out on yourself. You can only mentor and help so much, right? So that's been a big learning curve. It's so you were a genius when you spotted that one. It's like, wait, no.
Well, I just want, you know, everyone to really see everything that you've been able to achieve and where you are at this point and the work that you do, because it's so incredible and inspirational. And so you have the money, love, and manifesting work. So tell us what your business looks like now, what results you've achieved. All that.
Yeah. So my business now, I run between 12 to 15 one-on-one clients, and it's a 6-month program. And I actually, you know, I switched from going 3 to 4 to 6 because it just takes time to kind of work through all these pieces. And generally in the signature program, what I do is I hone in really fast on where they are. If it's a financial piece, generally it's going to be all of them, but which one seems to be the biggest struggle in their life right now. So we hone in on that. And the love piece, it's not just about calling in your partner. Again, it's becoming your own soulmate. It's about loving you. And when you love yourself, things just start to come your way, whether it is money or whether it is, you know, certain people and circumstances, you know, situations, serendipities, right? We work on that. And it's that whole support system. That's what love is. It's a support system. That is huge for us. And then the manifestation piece is really, it is universal laws. It is, going back to things that are real. Universal laws are real. Whether we like it or not, they're real. I'm fanatic about quantum physics. I love it. I've been studying it like crazy. And we do a lot of work with that. And I basically call it dancing with the divine. And so, a lot of the people, a lot of clients that I work with, they're micromanagers. And here's the thing, you can't really be a micromanager when you're playing with this stuff. You have to have faith. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to have faith that it will all work out, that there's many avenues that you can go down to get that end result. And that's how I'm working with them now. So it's fun. It's busy. It's busy. It's fun. And actually, I love it. I spend a lot of time. There is no 8 to 5 in this job. There is no 8 to 5. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But it's so exciting and it's so fun that I even tell you all the time, if I were the richest woman in the world, I would still do it. And people will back that up. They will say, she will. Sure. So that's kind of where I am now. And then I'm going to launch the group in a month, which is going to be fun. I'm really excited about that. So yeah.
Love it. And so you have created a 6-figure business this year without a website.
I have. And I've actually, we are in, where are we? We are in August. Almost September. You can tell I do accounting stuff too, because I'm even back a year in a lot of things. And and I'm not saying this to boast or to brag. It's kind of like even saying, I've got these degrees and I have these certifications. The thing is I tell people things because I want them to see that I'm just like you. I'm just like all of you. No matter what you have, it really is the school of life that gets you where you are. But even with money, I tell you all the time that making money is easy. Money is much easier than relationships because it just loves me. It loves me. It's there. It's, it's one of those kind of things. Doesn't talk back, but I'm on projection now, definitely on projection now for, the 6-figure business. It's really important for me too, that when I say I'm running a 6-figure business, that is my bottom line. That's after all my expenses. That's after everything. So if I were to tally all that in and say, hey, here's my sales, I'm well into the multiple 6 figures. I've put a lot of money into my office in the sky and my online work and doing these kind of things and venturing out. And, I'm excited. I'm proud of myself for putting myself out there, and I don't worry. I don't lose sleep at night with the money. I have the money there to put into things. By December, easily by March, I'll be in the multiple 6 figures. And, that just brings in more. That's more team. That's more staff. That's just bigger, better, more people. And the more people we can get out and mentor and guide. And so I'm just like, I'm just going, wow, 2018 is going to be out of this world. And I can't go that far ahead. I shouldn't be doing that because I'm only in August and September, but I feel it like, it's big. It's big.
I'm sure people listening are wondering how you get to the place where you can even say making money is easy or money loves me. And so I just want to point out that, the work that Wendy does is around money mindset and manifesting. And that's a lot of what we do at the beginning of our course too. So in all of my programs, we do money mindset work. And so it's about your relationship with money and how to shift that so you're no longer breaking or you're blocking money, and, how to really transform your finances. So I'm excited that that's also a part of iHeart Coaching, obviously a big part of your work as well, Wendy, but I just wanted to point that out.
And, Emily, even with that, I felt like I knew that when I stepped in, and we change all the time. Every year it's something different. It's a different block. And this is necessary work. It's, so I'm excited. I'm going back into iHeart Coaching again, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
So what would you say to that person who's on the fence about iHeart Coaching? Wow.
I loved your comment last time or a couple of weeks ago. Get your booty in there. Honestly, 6 months, you can accomplish so many things in 6 months. And no matter where you are in your business, I mean, like we said, I'm pretty established in where I am, but there's always room to grow and room to learn.
Yeah.
I think what I'm loving about it, you can work at it at your own pace. You're going to have the people to back you up. But seriously, in 6 months, I know for myself, I would not want to, and this is one of the things I work with women too. It's all about speeding things up. Don't wait so long. Don't wait until that right time. Don't wait until next year. Because next year, you will be sitting where I'm sitting, and you're just going to be so excited about it. It's like, really, why are we even talking about this? Not everyone already gets this. It's one of those things. So I would say just do it. No hesitation, just jump into it and do it. Do it. I'm back in it again. I mean,
I love that.
I'll eat peanut butter and jelly for a year. It doesn't matter. It's one of those things. It's seriously, I heard coaching and Emily, and I'm not being fluffy about this. This is like food for the soul. I mean, it works. There's a lot of elements to this that you will get a complete package in a box. I mean, if you're emotional about something, it's going to be fixed there. If it's a business thing, it's going to be fixed there. You can't get that everywhere. You just can't. And, I'm so appreciative of, even for you, for showing me what's possible. I didn't even know it was possible. I didn't feel like I was missing anything. And now it's like, wow, the sky's the limit, right? And so yeah. I'm excited. I'm beyond excited.
Yeah. And I know this is just the start for you, which is the crazy thing about this.
I know.
The website's up, the group program starting. I'm sure the book will be in the works. Oprah will be calling.
Oprah. In fact, that's so funny too. I'm just like, no, I just want to give her a hug. See, I never dreamed that big. My dream was, I just want to give her a hug. But you know what? Yeah, I'm going to be sitting on Super Soul Sunday, right? That's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it, Wendy. Cool. So tell me what you're most excited for coming up.
Oh gosh, definitely the Girls Guide. I mean, I love every one of my clients. They're just out of this world amazing too. So I love them. It's going to be the group. I'm so excited about that even
the Girls Guide to Manifesting.
Oh yeah. I'm like, even if I'm in it all by myself, I'll be having a great time. I mean, it's Sasha, the web designer, she's so cute. In fact, Sasha, she said last week, I'm like, Sasha, next week I'm going to kind of trial. I'm going to do this and that. She's like, oh, okay, I want to do it with you. And it's like, I don't even have to sell the thing because I'm so excited about it. Again, that's that whole magnetic, let's get into Wendy's little vortex here, but that's what I'm really excited about it. And I did sign up with a couple of ladies on working on book stuff, which I know if my kids are watching this now, if you're worried about being in it, yes, you probably will be. That's okay. But I am working on a book too that I'm extremely, I'm pretty passionate about that too, but it's going to be the Girls Guide. That's in a month. Girls Guide to Manifesting. That's going to be taking a lot of this happiness and joy going right into that. So yeah. That's what I'm most excited for. And then getting back into iHeart Coaching because we've been on holiday.
Yep.
So I'm excited to get back into
starting next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing, Wendy. Well, I'm so grateful. Like I said, we could talk for hours, but we'll leave it here for today. So thank you so much. So excited to continue to watch you grow and put your work out into the world. It's already changing so many lives, and I know it will continue to do so.
Gosh, thank you.
Yeah. If anyone is on the fence for iHeart Coaching, make sure you go to iHeartCoaching.com and sign up today. We start next week, so you only have a few more days. Do not delay. As Wendy said, it's time to move forward with your own dream coaching business. So if you have any questions, you can comment below this video or email my team at info@iheartmylife.com. So thank you, Wendy. I'll look forward to talking to you very soon.
Bye, Emily. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.